Yes guys, what's going on? Just a quick intro video for about 10 seconds. I would just like to say, if you do want to find out anything about me or what I'll be doing, go to my introduction video on my channel. And as well guys, I would really love any feedback you can give me. So comment, like, subscribe. But other than that, I really hope you enjoyed the video. And here's to the next one. Yes guys, what is going on? So, first ever casting video on YouTube. I am really excited about putting this out. I actually had to take my first one down. I had some problems with the syncing of the audio. It's been a bit of a learning curve, but as you can see, dropping straight into Anarchy Akins now with Ice Spark, and he does get the kill on the first opponent there. You can see using the SMG to break down the wall straight away. As we now switch to Mr. Glitchpaw going inside the mansion. You can hear people in the mansion with him now in his vicinity, and he sees one guy through the door. And there we go, the SMG does get the other guy here, so he takes him down pretty quickly without losing any health and picks up a green tactical shotgun. The next one comes down the corridor, and Mr. Glitchpaw gets a nice clean shot there straight to the head and takes him down instantly. No damage done to Mr. Glitchpaw on those two encounters there, so a nice double kill as Sean does encounter somebody in the long barn. Decides to rotate out the back side of this now, doesn't want to fight him there. Trying to guess where he could be now. Guesses right, goes to the right hand side. We can see that, tries to get the first burst, misses. The second one hits the walls in front of him as well, and he tries to build up. He does get outbuilt actually, so Ice Spark is on the floor now and trying to get him with the shotgun from below. Jumping and shooting, tries to get the kill. And there it is. Sean nearly spoke too soon there with Ice Spark. So, as you can see, quite a quick start to the game for these boys. They dropped into Anarchy. There was one other squad with them. And yeah, it does appear now to be completely clear. So the reason I chose this gameplay in particular was quite an interesting one. So what we had was a sort of little battle at the start, then a spell where it was a little bit quieter, so we're getting the loot, getting the loadouts. After that, after about sort of 7 or 8 minutes, this game really hots up, and the intensity does not diminish at all until the end of the game. So really packed full of action, this game. And there's also some very interesting moments where it's all about the rotation, the strategy, the shot calling, which does seem to make the difference in the end. In terms of the squad, myself, I'm actually playing in this game, so I am Jackie Boy. Sorry, excuse me. We've also got Ice Spark, we've got Mr. Glitchpaw and Yatesy. All of us friends outside of the game. We all know each other very well, known each other for years. So a nice bit of banter in the team. We like to have a bit of fun when we play as well, as I'm sure you're going to see in a second. We do like sort of mess around a little bit. I think in terms of skill level, as you can see, I'm a bit of a noob. They like to refer to me as the PS4 noob work of the team. I have to say that Ice Spark and MGP, Mr. Glitchpaw, they are the two standout players when it comes to getting kills, when it comes to building, when it comes to everything. They do always seem to do well for the team, but you know, me and Yatesy also do our bit. It's a pretty interesting combination really altogether. I just wanted to do my first video using this replay mode. The reason being is there's definitely some benefits to it. There's also some negatives, I would say. So just to let you guys know, you might have seen a couple of things already. There are a couple of glitches here and there with the replay. So I really hope in the future Epic can actually sort that out and maybe iron a few of those mistakes out. As for now, we're going to have to make do. But the reason I like this replay mode is, as you can see, it gives you just a really different perspective of the game. When you're playing in that standard third person, obviously you can only really follow one person, you know, to an extent. And the other thing is that because it's a battle royale game, there's multiple players on the field at any one time. So catching all of the fights and getting all of those moments in can be very difficult. So what I've actually done is gone through this game and analysed it, so I know where the key moments are, and I've tried my best. Excuse me, I've probably missed a couple of things here and there, but I've tried my best to get all of the action, all of the fights, and the sort of mechanics of the fights in. Because I do feel like there's definitely some potential with Fortnite coming into the future now. It's an incredibly popular game right now. And actually recently, I think last night there was a little sort of tournament for money. And I personally feel that, especially with the new game mode that just came out, all of this sort of stuff is gearing it all towards competitive play. And when this game does finally become competitive, it is going to be massive. I cannot wait to see Fortnite tournaments for all the best players around the world. There's already major teams, you know, your TSM, FaZe, and many others, I'm sure, who have made their Fortnite teams. I think TSM are actually in the house already, so they're in the gaming house. You've got Nikwan, Hamlin, Myth. So yeah, really just a question of what the future is going to hold. But like I say, the replay mode is a key factor because there is a problem with filming Fortnite. So that is definitely one of the issues with competitive Fortnite, is it's such a difficult game to record all at once. One strategy I would say could be golf. So a golf format where you follow the main groups, watch all the action. You could alternatively have multiple screens. I saw a tournament last night, that's how they were doing it with spectators, so spectating lots of different people, but like you say, the main people really, are just following all of their movements. But like I say, there's definitely a couple of question marks about how you would televise Fortnite. And there's also another question mark about the gameplay itself, which I would have to say, it's not. I'm not going to use the word unfair. I'm just going to say that it can lead to having an advantage or disadvantage, pretty much at random. And all I'm saying here is that at the start of the game, you land in a place. Now, you know chests are going to be in buildings, but there is that randomness of the chest. So there's where the chest is, and there's what's in the chest. So even if you watch a very high level player stream, there are a lot of times I've seen where the early game basically works against them. You know, if you land in a room and get a sniper and somebody lands next to you and gets a shotgun, now I'm not saying you can't win that fight, but it does put you at a distinct disadvantage. So that is one thing that players will have to overcome in tournament games, because like I say, I mean, it's really about getting yourself through that early stage, getting the materials you need, getting the loadout you need, then it's a sort of level playing field. So when I was watching tournament, it was very much like that. Everybody was dropping deliberately in remote locations, just farming up materials, getting what they needed to actually establish themselves, rather than the sort of standard, you know, hell for leather, macho style, which everyone seems to go for at the start of the game. So yeah, a couple of points which I would say need to be addressed if Fortnite really is going to be successful as a competitive game. However, I feel that with the fan base they have at the moment, I feel that with everything that's going on in the game right now and the numbers it's hitting, it just has to be done. You know, they have to make a competitive Fortnite. They have to make tournaments. They have to make teams. It's a great way to push the game forward. It's just, you know, it has to be done, in my opinion. So this was now the quieter period of the game pretty much over. So as you can see, the four of us have been looting. We've been getting some consumables to use, some weapons, obviously materials as well. And now as we zoom in, we can see the first enemy in the distance. So they've actually got two porta forts erected at the moment. And as you can see, currently engaging another team in front of them as we come from behind. So a very, very common form of Fortnite is where you are fighting somebody and you do get flanked by another person or team. And that is exactly what's happening here. Icebox is leading the way, building 2x2 ramps. And as you can see, some impulse nades going out. Mr. Glitchball actually sends Sean up the ramp and off the ramp as well, and he drops down beside the porta fort with the scar, and Sonny starts popping off some shots, and I think he actually dropped something there. Gets a nice angle on the team for the right hand side, starts taking some fire though, and does build up a wall and a ramp. Mr. Glitchball now does get the pick on Prestige Gamer XD there, so Mr. Glitchball moved up with the porta fort and got him from the side when he wasn't looking, so we've really caught that team by surprise there. As now this other team do try to push up on us, but we are holding them down on that low ground. We are on top of the border field right now. Sean does get knocked down to the floor with a shotgun, but takes him out in 2 shots. Lovely play there from my spot. Very solid shotgun player indeed. So there, nice nice initiation to that fight from us there. You see Mr. Glitchball also drops down and takes a shot, so you can see another team on the hill. So a very, very heated period of this game where teams everywhere goes for the no-scope, Mr. Glitchball. Very cheeky there, very cheeky. Now you see, trying to get the pick on one of these players here, and he does spot somebody peeking. Oh, and he peeks in the same place. Mr. Glitchball pulls the trigger and gets the headshot. What a kill. That's definitely going to be a highlight reel there from MGP. So like I said, great initiation to the fight there. So we now currently have 2 porta forts in place. Yatesy does try to lock down this next kill. Missed the first 2 shotgun shots, but does hit the third one and gets the kill. And iSpark drops down, and we see here Paprika Chips trying to run up on me, but does get shot from behind by iSpark. So what happened there was I was pretty clueless. I was about to face check that guy, and iSpark luckily was waiting for him with the shotgun already locked and loaded, and that was the end of that. So that was the first team, all dead now. So what we are currently in is a bit of a sandwich, because there's a team up on the hill, number 12. They've just finished off another team which they were fighting. So they've got the high ground on us at the moment. We're currently situated in these 2 porta forts there. We are just getting ourselves sorted out. And now as the camera, I think you can see right in the distance in a second, yep, so you can see team 28, that's Shadow's Hyper there. There's another team behind us, and we're not currently in the circle. So I repeat, we're not in the circle, we do need to move. So in a bit of a tricky situation here. Team number 12 are beginning to rotate. You can see the platforms going down the side of the mountain. We are going to put down some suppressive fire to keep them at bay and to slow that rotation down there. As you can see, I'm sort of popping off with the LMG. Not looking to really do any damage to the player, more so just to sort of cause a bit of havoc and disruption, as iSpark is already on his bike, he's already moving, keeping himself twisting and turning, always jumping, making himself a very difficult target to hit. And you can see they are coming under some fire now already as they're moving across the open ground. Mr. Glitchball decides to hide behind that lorry. And you can see number 28, team 28 are actually in a base just inside the circle. So they've decided to keep it safe now. As iSpark does get the kill on the left of the as well. Into Dusty Divot now. So we're currently all in the divot and a golden scar there for iSpark. Huge weapon that is. Myself just inside the circle trying to get down to the divot. Taking some shots from behind though. Just for the turn, and suddenly look at me, panic building from Team 12. He tries to rush me and Yatesy with the rocket. I'm not sure if that hit him quite yet, but it is a 3v1 situation at the moment. Definitely against number 12's favour here. Can we finally get the kill? Yatesy taking a few shots. But there I go. Spins to the right with the shotgun, takes it to the kneecap. So 2 members of Team 12 were eliminated there. As we now pan up to the camera, I believe we have Mr. Glitchball. Yeah, Mr. Glitchball here. 1v4ing Team 28. Actually trying to hold them at bay, so stopping them from attacking us. And we have just been in a couple of little skirmishes down there. We are on the low ground. Mr. Glitchball with a very, very tactically aware play to actually hold them up. And iSpark, so Sean, is also doing the exact same thing. So very, very good tactical awareness from both of these players now. Just quickly rewind this for you and have a look at this again. I think Sean actually gets a pick here. I think it was that rocket right there. Yeah, one of the rockets did actually knock down one of Team 28. Yep, you can see the red health bar there. I think that's Fearox. So Fearox was actually dropped by a rocket from iSpark. So very nice play from both of those players, taking it in turns. We were in a little bit of a bad situation. It didn't have a lot of stuff. We didn't have the sort of consumables, and we were also on that dreaded low ground. So the other team would have been shooting down onto us. So iSpark and Mr. Glitchball both helped up slow on that rotation there. Very, very good play from both of those players. So now we've escaped from that team for now. You can see rotating with the Hot Rocks really increases the mobility. So we are eating up the ground. Myself, Jackie Boy, leading the way of this team now. Quite an eventful game so far. As you can see, it is going from fight to fight, and you can already see Yatesy now coming into shooting range straight away on the mini-map, and here he is dropping down with a rocket, instantly fighting against Death Timbo. One rocket pops him, and he's trying to get the second rocket here, and there he goes. That's one knockdown for Yatesy. Instantly chooses to finish him off with the scars. Mr. Glitchball and iSpark both rotate up the hill to the right-hand side. Sees the guy straight away, one shot hits him, and then 2 shots gets him down. Nice play from both of those boys there to take down that guy. And you can see now, we're actually fighting, me and Yatesy fighting this guy, and he gets the 1v2 with the rocket. What a moment there, and iSpark threads the needle with that rocket and takes him down. So, in case you guys missed that, me and Yatesy were both fighting that guy there on the team, and he actually killed us both with 1 rocket. So, a real insult to injury there. And then Icebox managed to send that final rocket and actually saves Yatesy. Unfortunately, I didn't make it through that, so that was the end of the game there for me. But look what we have here. It is Team 28 now coming back into the mix. They are back with a vengeance, and we are actually on the low ground at the moment. Not sure if we've seen them yet, but we are heading right into their path. So another fight going to happen straight away. Not a single moment of respite for these players, as Icebox now is going straight up the side of the hill, and suddenly face checks a whole team there, walls it off. Mr. Clipsport and Icebox both with explosives to try and destroy the building, but Yatesy comes up from the backhand side and lasers two people with the scar. Oh my goodness, Yatesy, what a play from him. Finally gets taken down from the right hand side, but a game-changing moment from Yatesy there, as he actually destroys two people of Team 28. Icebox now trying to clean up the end of the fight, comes up from the backhand side, but Grendel doesn't know he's there, and Icebox does take him down as well. And I think Mr. Clipsport did secure the final kill there as well. So what a fight that was there. Really didn't look very promising at the start. However, these boys did manage to get up onto the high ground, or at least level ground, and they just took them out there. Yatesy, that is a key moment as to how he survived the fight before this with the rocket, and now he comes back up with the scar and wins that fight for his team there. So fantastic play from Yatesy. And now we are down to the last 7 in the game. So now it is the business end of the game for these three. As you can see, Mr. Glitchpool with the golden scar, golden grenade launcher, Icebox, golden scar, golden rocket launcher. Very, very powerful weapons on this team at the moment. And it has been a very, very intense game for all three of these players. As you can see between them, I think that's 8, 5 and 4. So, yeah, so 17 kills between them. And the final team is a team of 4 with only 3 kills between them. So very, very, very big difference really in the actual amount of kills and the engagement that's happened in this game. As Mr. Glitchpool is on the high ground, you can see he's about to see the first team here, or the first member of the team. So when he's there he goes. Suddenly popping over the score, gets a headshot as well, takes down to no HP, and there it is, gets the knockdown. Mr. Glitchpool, great start to the fight. Now with the grenade launcher, trying to put down some pressure, but he is getting shot from the right-hand side. I think that's Dr. Riscariot for team number 9 to actually choose to flank them. Nice move from him as Mr. Glitchpool and Yatesy both tried to hold him and keep that high ground, and Sean suddenly starts shotgunning behind him, and another flank has been attempted from team 9. Icebox now in a 1v1 situation, dropped it off the hill, loses the high ground. And he's got a rocket launcher in his hand now, trying to put some more pressure on, but not a good move from Icebox there to fall off the high ground. Turns around and it goes suddenly in front of him with the sky, and Sean gets the knockdown. Nice play with Icebox there. Very important moment to get that kill as Mr. Glitchpool. We go back to him with a one-on-one with the guy who tried to flank him, and he hits him with the shotgun there, misses with the scar, ducks under the first shot, but gets taken down. Mr. Glitchpool. Oh, Jesus Christ, this is so hard to commentate. And Yatesy, trying to finish off the guy, actually knocks him down, knocks down Dr. Riscariot. So now it's a 2v1 situation. Icebox with the rockets and the high ground. You've got to say, very, very favourable position for these boys now. Can they finish the game off? Icebox slides down the hill with the rocket. That looks good, that one is. And there it is from Icebox. So great play. That is a 20 bomb for the squad. Icebox getting the final kill with the predictive rocket launcher. As we now switch over to the best kill of the game. So this is a kill that I picked. Mr. Glitchpool here with the sniper. I'm not sure exactly how far this was. Definitely over 100 meters. And you see this guy is peeking for way too long. And there it is, bomb into the face. Takes the sniper shot. Thank you and good night. And lastly, this is the best moment of the game for me. So as we're attacking the Port de Forts for the first major fight, Mr. Glitchpool impulsing Sean, impulsed him twice and knocks him off the edge, but then myself, which didn't actually see, as I jump off the edge, sends me into the tree. So guys, that is it. Thank you for watching so much. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I really hope you enjoyed the video. And like I say, look out for the next one. Cheers.